What's up, coffee campers? I'm Jason, and you're watching All Terrain Coffee and Camping. And today, I want to talk about a product that was sent to me to review. And that product is the CYEVA Car Cup Holder Extender. Now, as I mentioned, they did provide this product to me. They sent me an email and said, hey, would you like to do a review on our product? When I pulled up the product itself, I thought to myself, have I talked about having this problem? I don't think I have. Are they mind readers? Did they know that I'm having a problem and this is a solution for me? Or is it simply that I'm not alone in having this problem? Which I'm pretty sure is the case. So the CYEVA Car Cup Holder Extender, which is this product right here. What this does is you put it in your car and it allows you to fit larger size mugs and water bottles in it. So if you've watched my channel any at all, you will know that my favorite mug is the GSI Infinity mug. One of the problems I've always had with this mug is it doesn't fit in my car's cup holder. You know, a lot of times I will pull over, I'll go to a parking lot because I want a good cup of coffee. I'll brew a cup of coffee. But the issue I typically run into then is that I can't just sit back in my car and start driving because the mug doesn't fit in my car. Right? So I did start looking for, could I find another mug that's similar to the Infinity, but might fit in the cup holder? And I've not really found a good option. I found stuff that were close. I found stuff that, you know, I'll just use this for now, but it's not my favorite mug. And this product actually allows me to use my GSI Infinity mug. So we'll take a quick look here just to show it fits right in that spot perfectly. One thing that I actually really like about it is on the sides you'll see those slots. As a matter of fact, let me take this out real quick. So this is what the product looks like before you install it, right? And on both sides there's a big slot here, so you could also fit like a regular ceramic mug that you would use in your house. So if you fix a cup of coffee and all of a sudden something's come up, you've got to run out real quick, right? Instead of having to transfer that to a tumbler, with this car cup holder extender, you can bring that mug with you. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show how to actually assemble this, because it does come in two pieces, maybe two pieces. Show how to assemble it. Then I'm going to show how to install it in your car. And then I'm going to talk about the testing that I've done with it and the results. There's also going to be in the description more details about the product, plus the link to the Amazon store where this is sold. All right, so let's check out the assembly part now. Okay, so here on the side of the box, there are some simple instructions. So we'll put the box to the side here so I can refer back to it. Actually, there's also, move this over here, a little manual. Okay, the manual also has assembly instructions as well, a little bit more detail. I do notice, yeah, so here on the side it does mention about using a screwdriver, which is supplied with screws to secure the base to the cup holder, which I don't see that instruction on the box side. So just calling it out so y'all can be aware. Make sure to look at the instructions here in the manual. Just get everything packaged. And I'm going to leave the screws and screwdriver here, just so I don't misplace them until I'm ready for that part. So here's the basic products that come in the box. There's nothing else in the box. We've got the base, the cup holder. This is the coaster. 2 screws and a screwdriver. All right, so if we look here on the bottom, you'll see there's 2 spots for the screws, or for the screw. It's only 1 screw that you're going to use, the other is a spare. And you'll see there's 1 screw hole in the bottom of the base. Now what you want to do, this is so that you can align this up to either fit more in the center, or you can offset it, whichever is going to work best for your vehicle. So I'm going to start out and just do it with the center. There is also arrows here that you line up. Let's see if you can see that. And there's arrows here. So you want to make sure the arrows are both going the same way when you're lining it up. And matter of fact, when you do that, you'll see it fits in place perfectly. Yeah, I should have gone on and taken the screwdriver and screws out, so I'm already doing it. There we go. Now when it comes to this, I'm not necessarily always the best. So this, anything that happens right now is not a fault of the product. And actually, that won't bad at all for me. I've got really big and sometimes clumsy hands. So having to work in the spaces with tiny screws can be a challenge for me. And this is actually quite easy. I thought I was going to struggle getting the screw in place. The screw, let's see. I can't tell if the screw is screwing. This is my eyes right now that we're having to deal with. I think it's still turning. It's definitely not slipping. Yep, it's still going. There we go. Now let's tighten it up. Okay, it's nice and tight. And look at that. It's flush. It's not wiggling. Yes, this is going to turn. It's supposed to do that. We'll see how that works in a little bit. Whoop. Yeah, if I don't break my camera in the process. So, there we go. That's simple. Now you just take the coaster, and it just sits down right in the bottom. Easy enough. That was super easy. Okay, so now we're going to install this device. Now, unfortunately, because of my current camera situation in my car, I don't have a good way to have the camera and have both hands available and free. So I'm going to have to kind of talk through a little bit of it, but still show you how to install it. And that really comes down to the way they've designed this is you simply sit it into the cup holder and then you start twisting, right? With my cup holder, this goes back to the fact that not all car cup holders are created equally. It's actually a bit deeper than what this base is, but it's not a problem. It just means that I have to start turning this by hand, using both hands a little bit to get the extenders to come out to where this will fit in there snug enough to be able to tighten it the rest of the way. So you can see that I've already went through that process very quickly. So now I'm just going to sit it here, and I left another cup here on purpose so you can see how easy it is to install this, how little room you actually need to install it. So I just sat it in, and I'm just going to continue tightening it, and that's that. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it does have these slots for a mug that has a handle that comes out. If it's a hard, stiff handle, you'll have to make sure that where you position this at is going to accommodate for that. In this particular case, for me, it's not that big of a deal, so I'm going to leave it where this is. And it's in there. I mean, look at that. I'm trying to pull this out. I have to actually turn this counterclockwise a little bit to loosen it up in order to take it out. Now I'm just going to fit my mug right in it, and boom, we're good to go. And you'll see how easily that comes in and out, right? But when it's in there, now this particular mug, this is pretty snug, right? There's not much wiggle room. Now, one thing that is cool about this, they've also designed it to work with like your Yeti and Hydro Flask type bottles. Okay, this does not quite fit in my regular cup holder. However, it fits very nicely and easily here, but you'll see that there's still some space here. But because of these tabs they put in place, it actually stays firm. When I did my drive test, this did not wiggle at all. It stood just like that. So if you did have like a Yeti started making mugs that are about this size, but have a hard plastic handle on the sides here, that will work in here. Now, I don't have one to test to try. Okay, so if you happen to have one, if you get this product, if it doesn't quite work, please let me know. But it should work in this. There will be diameters at the link in the bottom, and plus I'll have some diameters as well. So if you wanted to test try anything, go for it. So let's talk about the testing that I've done with this. So I took this out for a drive. The whole time while I was driving, I had my hand down here and I started shaking and shaking and shaking. I was trying to get this to come loose. I was also trying to see how the various cup and the water bottle would work if I were to hit a bumpy road. So I was kind of tapping it on the side some too to kind of simulate if it was a little bit of a bumpy road. But you know, I'm sitting there shaking. I'm trying to get this thing to come loose. Unless I actually turn it counterclockwise to loosen it, it's not budging. I mean, yeah, there's a little bit of movement there, but inside down here at the bottom, where it's attached to the cup holder itself, it's solid. It is not moving. It's not rocking. It's not shaking. I have tried to cause an issue with this, and I've not been able to. Something else I did was I purposely had this other drink here so I could see how easy it is to take this in and out with this installed. And it's not a problem at all. I had no issues at all whatsoever, and I was very happy that I was able to access my favorite mug, which I can now take. Now, something else that turned into a nice little happy surprise for me is I'm able to fit my cell phone. I like putting my cell phone in my cup holder. I don't have a cell phone holder for my dashboard or anything because I like to have it a little bit closer to me. And I've always tried to come up with a way where if I needed to glance at it for mileage reasons or whatever, if I'm taking a trip, you know, where I can easily see it without getting too distracted. And you know, my eyes, I can't quite see all the way over to the dashboard. It's a little bit harder for me to make that out. This gives me a place where I could glance over at it if I needed to, and I could see, you know, is that turn coming up? You know, how many more miles do I have left to go, so I can compare and make sure I've got enough gas to get there and whatnot. So this is a great option for that too. That's a happy surprise for me because it wasn't made to do that. However, it can do it. And also, if I position this just right, those tabs will actually hold my phone in place. So I was really happy with that as well. So to sum everything up, I have been very pleased with the results of this. I will forever have one of these in my vehicle now. You know, as long as vehicles still come where I can't fit my favorite mug in it, or even, you know, a larger size water bottle in it, I'm going to be rocking the CYEVA car cup holder extender. So I hope you found this informative. I'm really happy, and you know, I'm glad to be given the opportunity to actually test this out. So a huge thanks to CYEVA. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'm saying the name of the company correctly. So As always, thanks for watching and thanks for being awesome. And I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.